Everybody, Artosis here, bringing you some more CasterMuse Star League Season number 4. This is the round of 16 Group D, and this is the elimination match. Game number 1 between HyuK, our Zerg player, and Light, our Terran. Very surprising to see Light in an elimination match in the round of 16. This guy considered by literally everyone to be the second best Terran in the world to flash. He's been playing just magnificently for the past couple of years, really has come into his own at this point. And I think you still, even though he's in this elimination match, might want to put him down as a possible favorite to win the entire tournament. HyuK, on the other hand, he's a very good Zerg. He's been very active lately, up at the top of the StarCraft Remastered ladder. Yeah, I mean, he's playing well also, but is he going to be outshined by Light? That's the question. Light always known for his strong Terran versus Zerg. Well, let's take a look at our map. This is Ringing Bloom. As you can see, we have these kind of funny overmind cocoons. These are so that Zerg players can actually defend their ramp. You can throw some sunken colonies underneath them. Some eggs here that are just sitting there to make the ramp a little bit smaller. Like, let's say you're a Protoss player and you need to block your ramp with Zealots or something. That's going to be a little bit smaller for you. Of course, you can also just wall in, as you see Light doing here behind the overmind cocoons. And this is very important because you do have a back natural. You can see it here, right? Here's the main base. Go down the ramp, and you have this base that's basically for free. It's so easy to take. And as long as you can defend your ramp up here, it's easy to defend. No one can really bunker rush you or zealot rush you or really do anything against you in that position. So all that being said, let's take a look at what they're doing. HyuK, with just the fast expansion, based on his gas timing, this is a 2-hatchery play. He's going to be rushing up to layer very quickly. Light, just going for a wall-in. Looks like he had to restart that barracks to get his supply depot started. And that's a very nice little wall there. He does have the single hole. This position, the barracks always has the Marine pop out at the bottom left, so you can't have Marines pop out behind. So this position is a little bit weaker against Zergling rushes, but no one's going to Zergling rush on Ringing Bloom. That's not what you're looking for. Light, gonna go ahead and scout what's going on. He sees over here, taking his expansion very, very quickly. No gas as of yet, so probably Marine Medic play out of Light. That definitely is what he has always preferred in this matchup. He's an excellent SK Terran. Marines, Medic, Science Vessels. That's really his jam. So I think that's what we'll end up seeing. Just pumping out a few Marines now, putting them down at the front. Some scouting went down from HyuK. Scouted cross map. Of course, he has this Overlord that checked down to this location. And then this other Overlord checking the close spot where he will find exactly what Light's doing, and that is a quick command center. Of course, he can look at that command center and know that it went down before a factory or anything like that. Very easy for a professional gamer to tell based on how much health it has when he gets there. Okay, so the layer is going to be finishing relatively soon. Light trying to keep his SCV alive to get as much intel as possible, but honestly, he's already gotten pretty much enough. You know, no one really goes for 2 hatchery lurkers, and even if they did, they'd be making that Hydralisk Den before this finished. So basically, if you can keep your SCV alive past the point where the layer's halfway done, you kind of know it's like, okay, there's Mutas coming. I got to defend against that. So Zergling speed also coming up. There's the Spire for HyuK. Let's take a look over at Light's side. Ah, yes, he's going for the quick +1 attack. This is very trendy right now against 2 hatchery play. Of course, it was the norm for a very long time playing against Zergs who went for a slightly slower Mutalisk tech and went for 3 hatcheries to emphasize macro a bit more. But now it has been ported over. It is a very strong build against those 2 hatches as well, but we're going to have to make sure that Light makes enough turrets. The initial mutas that come out are going to be very scary from HyuK, especially at this back natural expansion. It's so far away and such a small ramp. You don't really want to be running Marines down to defend it, so you need to make sure you have a lot of turrets here. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes 4 turrets pretty quickly at this base. Maybe 2 to 3 to stop the very first wave, and then some more added on. All right, Light going up to 3 barracks right now, throwing down his comm stat. just continuing to upgrade. His stim is on the way. His +1 about a third of the way done. We haven't seen any more choices coming out of HyuK, like another... Oh, no, we have seen another base. There it is, up at 12 o'clock. And this points towards some aggressive play. Look at the position of this. It's so close to Light's back natural. And, you know, the thing is, this is probably the easiest base for Light to attack because travel distance is not really all that far to get over there. So why would HyuK make this here? Well, he's making this here because it's a closer rally. He can kind of defend this base as well with his mutas while harassing the natural here of Light. So here we go. 6 mutas moving out. 3 turrets going to be finished just as they get there. So probably not going to get damage done here yet. He needs a bit more than 6 mutas to fight against that. Light with a good spread of Marines and medics pushes them back. Big damage already to 2 to 3 mutas here. So some good defense from Light. He's teching up. There's that very quick factory. Mutas starting to move up right now. Yeah, good placement on all of the turrets and everything. Here's that 4th turret I was talking about before. Definitely does need that. Now the Muta's coming in and trying to get some of the SCVs. They get a couple kills there, but he actually loses a Mutalisk, so maybe a little bit of an overextension. Light almost ready to move out. That range upgrade just about to finish, and of course, when that finishes, when you get your +1 done as well, your Marines and medics become so much stronger. So here he goes, moving out onto the map. In the meantime, HyuK going after those turrets. He takes out one, but we hear another Mutalisk die, so maybe a little bit sloppy here from HyuK, and he has got to make sure he defends against this. This is a scary move out. +1 attack, stim, tons of Marines. He's got the range upgrade as well to really fight against those mutas. His stim from Light. Getting over into the middle. You don't want to stand too close to these terrains where the mutas can fly over them without being seen. All right, Light coming up for a very aggressive looking push. Pulls back, though, from that terrain. The mutas just dogging the Marines right now, looking for those kills. Some sharp micro coming out of Light, parrying all the muta attacks so far. But HyuK not taking too much damage on these mutas. All right, he has a full group of 11 now. And look at this, Light moving back. He's reinforcing a bit. He wants to make sure he has enough to continue to dominate the Mutalisks. More mutas coming in as well. Ooh, almost sloppy there. Could have lost that. Tons of mutas being made. Lots of overlords popping out as well. And look at this. The 11 mutas can really start going after these turrets. Look at how many turrets Light is making right now. He realizes that it's going to be hard to bring the Marines all the way back here to defend, but he needs to right now while he finishes these turrets. The mutas coming in for another swipe, but as they see those Marines, they will pull back. All right, Light is getting up into 2 starports. We don't see an armory, and we don't see a science facility yet. We need to see one of those, and it'll be a science facility because he would have already made the armory a little bit ago, if that were going to be the building of choice, I think. Mutas coming in, harassing at the front here, getting some damage on those turrets. Ooh, a little bit of a miss micro there from HyuK. But notice he can even make his his glaives bounce off of the overmind cocoons here. Just hitting everything on the fringe, punishing these depots that made the initial wall, and that was so good against Zerglings. Much weaker against the mutas, though, when they come out. So going to start punishing that. Science facility is underway. Looks like Light has decided to take down the overmind cocoon by himself. Look at how many mutas are out right now. Now, this is a very deadly force. He's even got the +1 attack on them. But there are so many Marines. Light is sitting back so defensively here. And once he gets the vessels, these are not going to be very worthwhile. It looks like HyuK knows that and dives in upon the Marines. But that did not feel like a very good attack at all. He flies away from the turrets, comes up here and looking for some more damage. He's attacking the Marines for the most part. Not a lot of micro, trying to rely on the overall macro of his mutas. But there are too many Marines here from Light. And the Mutalisk flock absolutely decimated. HyuK in terrible shape, gives it up. GG. Light wins game number 1.